Do you know the signs that you might be a beta male? This query may sound simple, but it's crucial to comprehend the nuances of one's personality traits. Recognizing these signs can be an enlightening experience. It's like embarking on a journey of self-discovery, enhancing your understanding of who you truly are. It's not about labeling oneself, rather. It's about gaining insight into our behavior and how it impacts our relationships and personal growth. So let's dive into this intriguing subject and discover the signs that you might be a beta male. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Do the Better You channel. I appreciate you guys. See you on the next one. The first sign we're going to look at is pedestalizing women. Pedestalizing women is a common trait found in many individuals who fall into the category of beta males. This behavior involves consistently prioritizing the needs of women above their own, often on a subconscious level. It's a skewed perception of chivalry, where the individual believes that by placing a woman's needs first, they are being considerate and respectful. However, this is not about disregarding the needs and feelings of others, but rather about understanding that one's own needs and goals are equally important. When a person consistently places others' needs above their own, it can lead to a loss of self-respect and personal value. Women, like all individuals, appreciate respect and consideration. However, when a man constantly puts a woman's needs before his own, it tends to be perceived as a sign of weakness. It's an unconscious message that he doesn't value himself enough to prioritize his own needs, goals, and aspirations. This behavior can result in an unhealthy dynamic in relationships where the individual is constantly catering to their partner's needs, often to their own detriment. It's a cycle that can lead to resentment, dissatisfaction, and a lack of fulfillment. In contrast, men of value understand the importance of balance. They respect and consider the needs of their partners, but they also recognize the importance of their own needs, goals, and purpose. They understand that self-respect and personal fulfillment are critical elements of a healthy and balanced relationship. It's about understanding that it's not selfish to prioritize your own needs and aspirations. In fact, it's a sign of strength and self-respect. It's about recognizing that you can be considerate and respectful of others while also prioritizing your own personal growth and fulfillment. In conclusion, pedestalizing women is a behavior often associated with beta males. It's a sign of a lack of self-respect and personal value. Men of value, in contrast, always put themselves, their goals, and purpose first. The second sign that you might be a beta male is low fitness. Now, fitness is not solely about shedding pounds or gaining muscle mass. It's a reflection of your self-respect, your discipline, and your commitment to self-improvement. When you neglect your physical health and appearance, you're essentially communicating to the world that you don't value yourself enough to maintain your own well-being. Beta males often fall into this trap, allowing their fitness levels to drop and their appearance to deteriorate. This is a clear sign of low self-esteem and lack of initiative. On the flip side, men of value understand the importance of fitness. They know that their physical condition is a visual testament to their character and self-worth. They take their image seriously, and they're not afraid to put in the effort to stay in top shape. In contrast, men of value take their image seriously and maintain a good physical condition. The third sign is not setting boundaries. Let's delve into this a bit deeper, shall we? Picture this. an individual who's always available, always bending over backwards to accommodate others, especially women. Sounds familiar? This is a classic characteristic of a beta male. This lack of boundaries often stems from a fear of rejection or confrontation. They try to avoid causing any discomfort or conflict, thinking that by doing so, they'll be seen as the nice guy. But here's the catch. This approach often backfires. Why? Because it leads to a lack of respect. By not setting boundaries, they inadvertently send a message that their time, their opinions, their needs are not valuable. And guess what? People, particularly women, pick up on this. When someone is always available, always agreeable, it's easy to take them for granted. It's easy to overlook their needs, their feelings. And that's exactly what happens. Without boundaries, beta males often find themselves being taken advantage of. They may become the emotional dumping ground, the shoulder to cry on, the one who's always there, but never the first choice. On the other hand, men of value understand the importance of setting boundaries. They understand that boundaries are not about being rigid or unapproachable. Instead, setting boundaries is about self-respect. It's about valuing your time, your needs, your goals. It's about understanding that you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't truly be there for others if you're not first there for yourself. Men of value know that setting boundaries does not make them less desirable. On the contrary, it makes them more appealing. It shows that they have a clear sense of self, a sense of purpose. It shows that they respect themselves and in turn demands respect from others. And this, my friends, is one of the key reasons why men of value are successful in dating. So the next time you find yourself bending over backwards, ask yourself, are you setting boundaries? Are you respecting your time, your needs, your goals? If not, it's high time you start doing so. Men of value, however, always set boundaries. And this is one of the main reasons they are successful in dating. The fourth sign of being a beta male is not taking risk. Often beta males find themselves ensnared in the chains of fear. Fear of failure, fear of disappointment, fear of the unknown. This fear becomes a paralyzing force, keeping them stuck in the monotony of an average life. They become spectators, watching from the sidelines as alpha and sigma males venture into the realm of risk-taking. These alpha and sigma males understand that taking risks is an inherent part of growth and success. They embrace the uncertainty, knowing that whether they win or lose, they'll gain something valuable: experience. Meanwhile, beta males remain trapped in their comfort zones, envious of the success they see, but unwilling to take the leap. The reality is that inaction leads nowhere. Progress demands action, and action often involves risk. So, if you find yourself hesitating, remember this: you must take risks, because in life, you get what you are worth. The fifth sign is jealousy. Jealousy, my friends, is a curious beast. It's an emotion that can sneak up on you uninvited and make you feel things you never thought you could. It's often seen as a feminine emotion, but that's not to say men are immune from its clutches. In fact, beta males often find themselves falling into a trap of jealousy, particularly when they encounter men who are charismatic and successful. These are the men who seem to have it all: the charm, the confidence, the success with women. It's all too easy for beta males to look at these men and feel a pang of envy. They see the charisma, the success, and they want it for themselves. But instead of working towards achieving these traits, beta males often resort to talking down on these men in a pitiful attempt to bring themselves up. But here's the thing, jealousy is not a stepping stone to success. It's a stumbling block. It's an emotion that can hold you back, preventing you from reaching your true potential. Beta males allow jealousy to consume them, to dictate their actions. They use it as a form of their game, but it's a game that they're destined to lose. These men usually lack game and use jealousy as a form of their game. The last sign we're going to look at is pandering and white knighting. This is where beta males often find themselves, bending over backwards to appease women, rushing to their defense, even when it's not warranted. This is known as being a white knight. But here's the twist. This strategy usually backfires. Why? Because it's a sign of insecurity, of needing validation. Women can sense this, and it's far from attractive. It's like trying to win a marathon by going in the opposite direction. It just doesn't work. You see, men of value, those who are successful in their relationships, they respect women, but they also respect themselves. Their actions aren't driven by a desperate need for approval, but by genuine care and understanding. They stand their ground. They maintain their dignity. These men often get dismissed by women and end up being the ones that women sneak away from. So these were the signs that you might be a beta male. We started with pedestalizing women, a common pitfall where you subconsciously place women's needs over your own. Next, we discussed low fitness, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a healthy body image. We then move on to the lack of boundaries, a crucial factor in any successful relationship. We highlighted the reluctance to take risks, a trait that can keep you stuck in mediocrity. Jealousy, a counterproductive emotion, was our next point. Lastly, we touched on pandering and white knighting, actions that rarely yield the desired results. In essence, these signs point to a lack of self-value, a trait that pushes you into the beta male category. But remember, these are just signs and not defining characteristics. Real growth comes from self-awareness and the courage to change. Remember, it's never too late for self-improvement.